to our day at sea, but we are not currently at sea. We're in Fort Lauderdale. Very strange turn of events. We were in the middle of the Florida Straits, and then an announcement came up because we had said we saw cities off the coast, like on the horizon for this, like earlier this morning. Then our captain, Paul from Scotland, Captain Andy from Scotland, he came on and said, we're pulling into Fort Lauderdale. We have to pick up an officer. He said we had to pick up an officer. So we were picking up an officer, and we are going to then head back out in an hour or so. It's very weird though, because it's not on the itinerary, and it's not like we're in a pretty port. Right now we're in a very industrial area. This is not ideal. And the reason I'm questioning what's going on is because last night we did have an announcement come over the PA, and what they said was, attention crew, bright star, bright star, bright star, then a stateroom number. I repeat, bright star, bright star, bright star, and then the room number. My concern or question is, hopefully whatever bright star means that, if this is related, I hope that it's nothing too serious. I'm glad we were able to pull in if it is related, and maybe we needed to, but it's very interesting because the port we pulled into, pulling into Fort Lauderdale was gorgeous. There's so many things to see, but we're in a not so nice area.
12 seconds later.
My mom said she just saw an ambulance driving off. So if Bright Star does mean that someone is unwell, best wishes. I hope they're feeling okay. I hope it's nothing life and death, and that they just needed to get to a hospital quickly. Now the rest of the day is going to be finding out what Bright Star means and relaxing. In that order. I can't relax until I know what Bright Star means. I just hope that it doesn't mean like someone is, dead. That would be sad. But you can see here is our view right now. The beautiful Fort, what was it? Fort Lauderdale, or is it just Fort Lauderdale, or Fort Lauderdale, or I don't know what we're calling this. But yeah, I just want to point out here.
We're backed in.
Yeah. We're just pulled in alongside something here. But I'm not sure if you can see here. This is my favorite part. It looks like we are being attacked by AT-ATs, which makes me laugh quite a bit. Decided to head into the Star Wars. We're going. I'm not gonna move the camera. Where are we?
We're hyperspacing.
Yeah, we're in hyperspace. It's cool. The chairs are like vibrating like we're flying. That's Coruscant. That's 100. Like you can see, it's like you can even see the like the freeways of traffic. So now that we're in Coruscant,
Back to civilization.
back to civilization. We're out of Batu, but we're it's the last day on the ship. We decided to swing in Hyperspace Lounge because we wanted to go to Disney song trivia in the Bayou, and it was crazy busy. Couldn't get a seat, so just went, let's try the Hyperspace Lounge. It was on my list, and I'm a Star Wars fan. I wouldn't say I'm like a crazy Star Wars fan, but I do love Star Wars. So of course this is something I naturally love. I would love this location. However, my mom, we're just gonna switch this over. So let's zoom out a bit here. We're gonna get in close here. So, however, my mom likes Star Wars, but is not a Star Wars fan. Didn't know, and she kind of said she didn't think she'd like it. So
I didn't care if we came in here or not.
But what do you think of it?
I love it. It's really nice.
What is it that you love about this? Like, when you think Star Wars, I immediately think like, I thought this would be like the cantina, like where Han shoots the alien and it's, so.
It's like this, I don't know, it's one of the nice bars on Star Wars planets.
Yeah,
And it's like, it feels like, you've got the bottles over there with the bubbles going up. All the tables and chairs feel like you're in a Star Wars bar. Well, and then you've got the screen over there with everything shooting, flying by.
Yeah, I like the fact that it's, instead of feeling like we're on a planet, like it does feel like we are, when I say cruise ship, it would be more like a galactic cruise ship where we are in space in you threw off the focus there, Mom. There we go.
Sorry.
You're good. It feels like we would be in like a fancy cruise ship in space.
I don't even feel like I'm on a cruise ship in here. I don't feel like I'm in a cruise ship in here. Like, it's lovely and cool.
Yeah,
it's very relaxing.
It is. The music
fun.
has been fantastic too.
Yeah.
It's not like they're not going around playing the Imperial March, unfortunately.
No stormtroopers.
No stormtroopers yet.
Yeah.
But the thing I like, they have played the celebration song from A New Hope, which I do love. And you can hear, like, it is Star Wars music, but it's not the super famous Star Wars music.
The bartender's doing continuous smoke balls.
Oh my gosh,
He's
they are
amazing.
the bar staff are being so good, because it's just like, can you do a smoke bubble? And they're like, yes, I can. And they've we're in during the day, and so kids are allowed in here, and it has been, all the kids are really pleasantly entertained, which is cute.
Yeah.
So I've enjoyed. I didn't think I'd like it during the day because there'd be kids in here, but I thought it just made it really cute. So we do have a bit of a busy evening. I don't know if we call it busy, but it's like we have Aladdin for our show, and then I'm gonna try and get on the AquaMouse a few more times before dinner. Then we have dinner at Arendelle, which that one's gonna be good. And then
Maybe a quiz show.
or I think we might go and do a quiz show. I'm not sure. We have to be up early tomorrow because we're gonna do express checkout so that we can get to Hollywood Studios bright and early tomorrow. Because we have a reservation at Oka's. So even more Star Wars bars.
Star Wars bar though, the drinks are expensive.
Well, yeah. Galactic inflation.
No, $10 US.
Yeah, it's kind of hard. It's like the prices are more than we'd pay in Canada, and then they're in US dollars. So you're like, oof.
$10
But I mean,
was the cheapest thing on the menu.
is that why you got that?
No. Yes.
But yeah, so we can't film Aladdin. We'll try and get our recap later, but yeah, it's fun. Okay. So here we have the menu for Hyperspace. So just to see, we have at the top here we have libation free, which means alcohol free. So we have the. See if we can. I'm gonna put my toilet down. So first we have the libation free, which is alcohol free. So there's the Cloud City and the Temple Twist. Those are $7 each, of course. Then here are some of the ones that we have available. We have the Batu Spire Sunset, the Mustafar, Birkin's Flow, Coruscant Chancellor, Moons of Endor, the golden one. That's what I had today, and it was very tasty. We had the Tatooine Freestyle Reserve and the Asteroid Belt, which that's only a party more than anything. And then, oh, that's right. I completely forgot. We could scroll on this one. And at the bottom we have the two. Now, my understanding is the Hyperfuel Coaxium Trio, I think, is the Kyber Crystal without the perks. And the Kyber Crystal is the Galaxy's, the $5,000 drink, which does come with other stuff. I don't think yeah. And someone ordered this yesterday. Someone ordered this the other night. So it does get ordered. And then we have wines from the random country of Italy, the planet of France, the crazy planet of the US, and they have the Skywalker wines, which is fun. And then the Flight of the Skywalker, which is like a flight. And then at the top here, we have beer. My mom had the Harvest Brew, said it was good. So I have been asked by the staff here to remind people that reservations are no longer needed to come to the Hyperspace Lounge. And if you would like to have a non-stressful experience, come any day other than your first night on the ship, because we're here now on the day at sea and having a wonderfully relaxed time. I did stick my head in on day one, and it was really crowded. So if you're looking for just the proper experience of like the vibe, come on a off time. Maybe not during the 18 plus time, but just during the day. I had a really great time here so far though. So the morning was pretty calm. The afternoon was nice and calm too. We ended up stopping in Fort Lauderdale, as you saw. We went to the Hyperspace Lounge, which was amazing. Then the afternoon, we just kind of took our time and lazed around. And we were the second dining, which meant that our show came first. And one thing that I had done and wanted to do again a few times was the AquaMouse. And I made a decision to skip Aladdin and just go on the AquaMouse as many times as I could. Best decision I think I could have made. I mean, I'm sure Aladdin was great. I've heard it was really good. But I love water slides. I really enjoyed the one time I went on it a few days before. So I was like, let's do it. The timing couldn't have been better because I was going during the showtime and first dining. So everyone, and I mean everyone, was off at dinner or their show, and I found out that if there is nobody in line for the AquaMouse, you can stay in your tube and just keep going, because the beautiful thing about that ride is that it is a constant loop. So you land you go onto a conveyor belt, you're supposed to get off and switch off your tube to someone else. If no one is there to take it though, you are more than welcome to sit there and do the ride. So I did the ride multiple times in a row. I believe it's like 6 or 7 times in a row. And I got to do that as the lights came on and the sun was setting. So here are some clips from that. What ended up being a half hour of just incredible slides. I loved it. After the water slide, got back, showered, no regrets, and then it was time to go for dinner, our last dinner of the cruise, which was in Arendelle. I am a big Frozen fan. I can still remember going to see it when I was in South Korea, and lots of people, you know, the defaults are I love Elsa, I love Anna, Sven, Kristoff, Olaf. Not me. My favorite is Oaken. When he came on randomly in the first movie, it just made me laugh so much. To the point where when I got my first smartphone, I would have been a few months later after that, I got my first iPhone then, I was able to take a video clip of the yoo-hoo, big summer blowout. I took that clip, took the audio out of it, condensed it down to just the yoo-hoo, and that has been my text alert ever since. So getting to meet Oaken at Arendelle was going to be a big thing for me. It was the thing I was looking forward to the most. So we get in there, and I was lucky because the song happens, they do their little performance, and then they go out into the restaurant and talk to people. And luckily for me, Oaken and Olaf were coming my direction, and I was like, yes, this could not get better. But it could. Because as they were coming down behind me, and I knew they were coming, so I'm watching them, I see out of the corner of my eye, Anna and Kristoff are coming down the aisle the opposite direction. I knew from the speed they were going at that moment, they would both land at my table at the same time. I honestly had no idea what to do because I wanted to see Oaken so much, but I also would have liked to have seen Anna and Kristoff. To have all 4 at the table at the same time may have killed me.
Do you want to know what I call a snowball fight? Big fight!
Oh, I'm overwhelmed right now. I'm overwhelmed. Okay, they've gone the other way. You are my text alert and have been for 10 years.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, listen to this. Wait, let's do it. I don't know if you can hear it.
Oh my goodness.
There we go. That's been my text for 10 years.
My voice is in these.
I know.
Oh my goodness. You make this technology for the trading post.
Wait, no, I don't. But maybe I will later.
Oh my goodness. I give you a job at the trading post.
Okay. There you go.
Wow, look at you all sitting in the best seats in the house. Well, because all of you are here, of course. Oh, and the view isn't bad either. Okay, they're the best seats because of the view.
That's maybe true. We best get checking on the rest of the party now.
Bye, friends. Enjoy the view.
So as you can see, Christoph and Anna went off the other direction, went off to see some other kids. I got to speak to Oaken and tell him about my ringtone, and all was right with the world. And then we got the rest of the performance. I loved it. The only thing that was a little upsetting was I had put in the request. I really wanted to be close to the stage, and it wasn't as far as you possibly could get, but my seats were not the best for seeing the performance. So I was, you know, having to stand up in the aisle to try and record things and see. But it was a great time, nonetheless. I had a wonderful time.
Let it go. Turn away and slam the door. My soul is spiraling in frozen fractals all around. The cold never bothered me anyway. They were still one more thing that party planning services says we have not done yet. What's that? Dance! All right, everybody, we give the happy couple the send-off they deserve. Wait, this isn't our song.
I've been searching my home.
They are dancing. Are you crazy?
What? Sandwiches.
After that dinner, we went back to our room and like we had done most of the nights, just kind of chilled. Normally, previous 2 nights, we had stayed out a bit later because there was a lot of fun things to do, and you know, it was the end of the cruise. I did want to go to the closing event in the Grand Hall, but I decided to stay in our room and just kind of go to sleep. I should have seen this as a sign that not all was good. We'll see in the next video. I actually was coming down with a cold pretty fast, and you'll see bits of that next week. So until then, make sure you like and subscribe, turn on the notifications, and I look forward to sharing the end of my cruise with you and the end of my trip next week. So until then, I'll see you guys real soon. Okay, bye.